We are Geekcentric, and you can be too. Love ya. Laters. Bye. Stay at home safe, guys. Peace.
Welcome to the Geekcentric podcast, and welcome to our special Behind the Geeks episode for Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. My name is Justin, and if you're joining us for the first time, well, we are Geekcentric, a podcast covering the world of movies, TV shows, gaming, and all things Geekcentric. And today we've got a special one for you. I had the chance to sit down with Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillet, better known as Radio Silence, the directors behind Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, as well as Ready or Not, Scream, and a variety of other films. These two are very talented filmmakers who've only had an upward trajectory on their career since Ready or Not. Listen, if you loved the first film, this sequel goes even bigger. It's more chaos, more blood, and somehow even sharper in its mix of horror and comedy. In our conversation, we talk about how they balance terror and absurdity, and as well as evolving Grace's story with Samara Weaving returning, and how filming in Canada helped bring the larger world to life. A huge thanks to our friends at 20th Century Studios Canada, and by extension Searchlight, for setting us up with this interview. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come is in theaters March 20th, which is today, so you can go check it out in theaters. It is a good time. Tons of fun for something that is absolutely terrifying. We got some episodes out now for you to enjoy. Another movie that's in theaters right now is Project Hail Mary. Our spoiler-free review is out for that right now, featuring Darcy and Nate. But we also have some reviews coming soon for Invincible Season 4, Daredevil, Born Again Season 2, as well as some interviews for Daredevil Born Again Season 2. So be sure to subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow us on our socials. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok at We Are Geekcentric. So you can follow us on Twitter at GeekcentricYT. Also, you'll want to check out our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Geekcentric. You can find this interview as well as a variety of other interviews that we've done in the past, all available on our YouTube channel. So go subscribe. Let's get to this interview. Please welcome to the Geekcentric podcast, Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillet, the directors of Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Hey guys, how are you?
Good. How are you? How's it going?
I'm doing well. I'm very excited to have you both on the Geekcentric podcast. I love the first film, and the second one did not disappoint. It's bigger, it's wilder, but it still feels very grounded in the Ready or Not world. I want to start with the one thing that I loved about the first one, and I absolutely loved about the second one, is just how you can go from being completely horrified to then suddenly laughing your ass off in some of these scenes. You know, how do you guys go about balancing terror and absurdity without one killing the other?
We talk about this a lot because it's what we love. You know, we love to be able to go into a scene and be like, you're going to get scared, you're going to laugh. If we're really lucky, you might tear up a little bit. You know, it's like you never kind of know what that mixed bag is going to be. But for us, it always 100% of the time just comes back to a grounded performance and making sure that the character, that the actor is believes what's happening and is playing it real. And once that exists, that truth exists, we can push how fucking insane things are. And so within that, if the person is really scared, then the audience is scared. And that allows us to kind of uncork that humor or whatever it is around that basic idea. But performance, it's all the actors doing the work for us. And we just sit back and watch
and just watch it unfold. Well, you know, you're talking about performances. You know, Samara Weaving is outstanding as our guide into this satanic world, and I love that we pick up with her right after the events of the first film. Now that you've built this character together, how does your collaboration with Samara change in the second time around? And Tyler, I'll throw it to you.
Man, she was really integral in designing what this sequel was going to be. And so I think I mean, we had such a fun time working with her on the first one, and then such a fun time, though very brief time, working with her on Scream 6. And I think what we ultimately have found, and I think we found this with everybody that we work with, is that, you know, if we're returning to a collaboration with them, there's a real trust that exists already in the way that we communicate. And I think that, you know, with Sam, I think her appetite to challenge herself and to also challenge the notion and the understanding of who Grace is as a character was very, very much in parallel with what we also hoped to achieve. And I think you feel that. I think you learn some new things about Grace, like we're shining a light into some like dark corners of her life. And then on a very sort of practical, tactile level, we like really also wanted to put Grace through a different hell, a more amplified version of it. And I think we also knew we'd be putting ourselves through that, like in the process of designing this and making it. And so knowing that you have somebody you genuinely love and trust to lock arms with and like walk through the process with, I mean, it was just, it's where our sense of pride really comes from, you know, that we get to do this with people who like believe in what it can be when it's its best. And Sam is just, she's like one of our ride or dies. We love her so much.
Yeah, I love how much more we get to explore about her, because she was a bit of a mystery in the first one. And, you know, with the addition of Faith, you know, played by Catherine Newton, it just, there's so much more to explore with her character. And I feel like there's still a little bit of mystery there. Like, you don't answer everything, but we also, we get a little bit of insight. And I like that, because there's still more to explore, obviously. Now, you guys shot in Canada. That's where I'm from. I'm from Toronto. I know you guys shot in, I think, Hamilton and Niagara. I wanted to know.
Royal York. Yeah.
Oh, you shot at the Royal York too?
Yeah.
That's
okay. So that was the Royal York. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. I was wondering. I was like,
the Royal York. The exterior is the Liberty Grand.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm from Toronto. I spent a lot of time in that area, so I know the Royal York. I wanted to know, just how did shooting in those locations like Toronto, Hamilton, and Niagara really shape the look or atmosphere of this movie for you guys? Like by bringing up that scale.
You know, it's this movie and the first one. We're not from Toronto, but they are like Toronto movies. They're so, you know, the crew, the locations, everything is so specifically Toronto. And it was really fun on this one. We went up, whereas in the first movie, it's basically two locations. It's Casa Loma and Parkwood Estates.
Yes.
This movie, I think we went up there maybe a little naive, thinking we could find a big, nice resort to shoot at. We did not find that. We found about 20 different locations that we could hodgepodge together to create this really big, nice resort. But it's fun to do it, because it gives it a sense of place and location that feels there's something kind of weirdly surreal about it. We talk about it like Shining a little bit, where it's like it doesn't quite fit together, and it shouldn't, but it really does if you're not paying attention. And, you know, Andrew Stern, our production designer, who also worked on the first one, he just did a great job working with us, working with Brett, our DP, of stitching together those worlds so that they feel really unique and really special and very wealthy.
Yeah. They were very rich. You know, another great Canadian thing that I love about this is that you got David Cronenberg in this film. So congratulations on that as well. Legend. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on the Geekcentric podcast. I am so stoked for people to see this follow up, and I can't wait to see what you guys do next.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.